for master degree, MPharm or MS Pharm in abroad, they have to encounter once in a lifetime to this topic, nuclear magnetic resonance. Now, how to explain this topic? The answer is very simple. The atomic nucleus, okay, is exhibiting resonance in presence of an external magnetic field. So this is a definition of NMR. Now, coming to the atomic nucleus, when you are talking about an atomic nucleus, now every nucleus having electron surrounded the nucleus and held by the electrostatic force, where the nucleus contains neutron and proton, which is held together by a nuclear force. Both are different, okay? Now normally, if you consider the C12-6, okay, this is the mass number, this is atomic number. So atomic number represents the number of proton, okay, and the mass number minus proton number, it represents the neutron number, okay. So over here, this kind of nucleus, if you see, the proton and the neutron are equal. Normally, in nucleus, proton and the neutron are held together in opposite spin. If you see, their spins are opposite, like electrons always present in an opposite spin as per Pauli's exclusion theory. Pauli's exclusion theory, okay. So like this, the nucleus having neutron and proton always in opposite direction. One is plus half and another one is minus half, okay. These two are the spin of proton and the neutron. But the moment over here, you can see this is even number of proton and even number of neutron. They always try to cancel each other's spin, and that's why the C12-6, the nucleus spin quantum number is always 0, okay. I is nothing but spin quantum number. Now I is equal to 0. But if you go with the C13-6, okay, over here you have a proton 6 but neutron 7. So you have an odd number of mass, okay. In this case, you have an odd number of neutron. So in this case, you can observe spin quantum number half because one of the spin is persisting. Similarly, you have hydrogen. If you have deuterium, over here the proton and neutron number is same, 1, 1, okay. But if you come over here, the proton 1H, protium, the proton number is 1, neutron number is 0. So one proton can exhibit a spin, okay. That's why this nucleus and this nucleus always have a spin quantum number half, okay, or not is equal to 0. In this kind of nucleus, okay, the nucleus which exhibit spin quantum number not is equal to 0 poses an angular momentum. Now what is the meaning of this? Now normally, whenever our nucleus contain odd number of proton or odd number of neutron, say I have odd number of proton, okay, which is moving like this, okay. Now this proton have an angular momentum. What is the angular momentum? I can read out for you. Angular momentum is the rotational equivalent of linear momentum, okay. So angular momentum is considered as L. It's a rotational equivalent of a linear momentum. So that means it is, instead of linear motion, it is moving with a boundary. Now when a nucleus with spin quantum number not is equal to 0 exhibit an angular momentum, those nucleus is very special for nuclear magnetic resonance. Why so? Now of course, normally we cannot detect this angular momentum because it is very slow, okay. But due to the angular momentum, it generates another property in the nucleus. What is that? I have discussed in my spectroscopic video. Whatever the charge, moving charge body, they produce a magnetic quality or magnetic behavior. So that's why if you place an external magnet in front of this nucleus, they try to rotate as per the strength of the external magnetic field. So this rotation is something different than angular momentum. Okay, and this rotation is considered as precessional frequency. The precessional, I will just write over here, precessional frequency. Now what is this actually known as? See, this is an angular frequency, okay, observed when a nucleus, spin quantum number not is equal to 0, is placed in front of an external magnetic field. Okay, now this motion due to arising exhibiting precessional frequency gives rise a next property of a nucleus known as nuclear magnetic moment. See, very important concept to understand, the nuclear movement due to the presence of a magnet. So this is known as nuclear magnetic moment. So consider as M, or sometimes it is denoted as mu. Okay. Now nuclear magnetic moment only observed when and spin nucleus with spin quantum number not is equal to 0 placed in the external magnetic field, and it start to precess, okay, along with the direction of external magnetic field with a precessional frequency. Now this alignment is known as aligned or parallel arrangement. It is parallel arrangement, okay, of the nucleus or nuclear spin, you can say. Now after that, what happened? There is a relationship between nuclear magnetic moment and the angular momentum. The relationship is linear, okay, nuclear magnetic moment and angular momentum. So if you consider m is equal to, there should be a constant known as gamma. So what is gamma? Gamma known as gyromagnetic ratio. Gyromagnetic ratio. So normally gyromagnetic ratio is known as, this gamma is equal to m upon L. So that means gyromagnetic ratio is a ratio between nuclear magnetic moment to nuclear angular momentum. Okay, that's a very important term. Normally mu is the representative term for nuclear magnetic moment, and L can be converted into I into H, the spin quantum number